Alrighty, well, welcome back everybody to the video. Jet Scott here as always, and this series you're about to watch is going to be quite different. And the fact that I'm filming this actually at the old garage, see? Now what you're about to see is a, I think 4 or maybe 5 part build series. Episode 1 you're about to watch. Episode 2 is already filmed. Episode 3, as of filming this, I am finishing filming it. And then episode 4 will be in the next week. And then so on and so forth, depending on how everything turns out. So, yeah, a lot of things have changed. You'll see that part 1 and 2. This place is still fully operational. Now we're moving. So this engine build we're getting ready to do is my W2 340. It's all machined. We got everything just about ready to rock and roll for it. We're ready to assemble it. And then we're going to put it on a run stand and run it in for you guys. And hopefully nothing goes wrong. And then down the road, we're going to take it to the dyno at Advanced Engine Machine, get a dyno to see what it does, get a torque converter, and shove it in my 70 Duster. And if you don't know anything about that car, go back, rewatch some of the series, get acquainted with it. Kind of a neat car. Real 340, 70 Duster. All right, so let's get right into it. Here's the video. Ed, what in the heck are we doing on the road?
Said they had to go to the machine shop.
Machine shop?
Machine shop.
We're headed to the machine shop?
I reckon so. Here later we're going to go skiing out in Colorado.
No. I don't think
We ain't going to be doing that.
No, I mean, we just got to wait like another 30 days and we get ski in Kansas. Yeah. We are, actually, we just made it to Salina, actually. We are headed to Advanced Engine Machine, which is the machine shop I use in Kansas. And we got a special engine we're picking up. It's finally done, got all the machine work done to it. And we're gonna go check it out. So if you guys don't know, the machine shop we use is pretty dang awesome. Just look them up. A lot of high-end builders use them. Farm Truck and Asian for, well, mainly Farm Truck from that Street Outlaw show. But a lot of other crazy engines, does top quality work. Very reasonable in prices, very personable team. Everybody there is super cool. They know what they're doing. And if you remember, a while back, I sold the 360 out of my 70 Duster to my good friend Brian at Dust Devil Garage, which he's getting to work on his Duster. It'll be fired up here probably soon-ish. And my car being a real 340 car, I started a journey to collect all the parts to build an awesome 340. And if you can put 2 and 2 together, solid roller, W2 heads, 340, possibly a tunnel ram. Let's go pick her up. All right, Mark, you're on camera. You're ready.
No,
there you go. Too bad. Too bad. Here you go. That's what happens when you bring an engine here with just a stock Chrysler 18 spline.
Looks like we need some more torque.
You think so?
Yeah.
What'd you do to my transmission?
You probably got nitrous hitting on it somewhere, don't you?
Oh, probably, yeah. Well, there's the engine. Well, there's the 340. Everything to assemble a wicked little W2 headed small block Chrysler. As you can see, the date code 6/19/67. Mark had to put a sleeve in one of them cylinders because we had a gouge from a pin that apparently we didn't see after we electrolysis. So sleeve the cylinder. Oh yeah, you can see it. Just barely. You can just barely see how he put that sleeve in on that cylinder. It's just like Jezebel's motor. Got one sleeve. We're thinking probably 450 horsepower, which for a lot of guys it seems kind of weak, but you got to remember these W2 heads are completely unported, and that's how I wanted to leave them. I didn't want to port them out or nothing, but we got springs that match, everything's set up, crank's been all repolished and ground and perfect, roller cam, roller lifters. We got our TRW pistons we got from Just Mopar Joe, which were, Mark explained that to me, those things were almost junk in that JE box. They were all out of balance. It took a lot of material to grind those in, and I'll show you those when we get back home. our scat I-beam rods. It'll be cool. So when we get back to the house, we get this thing on a stand, we'll show you some more and talk about this build just a little bit further. All right, well, we're back from Salina. The 340, we need to get that in the garage. We might do a little bit of mock-up. If you're not familiar what engine that, or what car that engine's for, let me go show you. No, it's not for the Barracuda. No, it's not for Dad. That would be weird. It's not for the Satellite. It's not for Jezebel. However, it would be kind of neat in Jezebel to put a small block back in her. Got an original 318 two-barrel 904 car. Call them shift. Hey, that would actually be really cool in the van. W2 added 340 in the van. Yeah. That would be pretty freaking wicked. It is not for Dad's red Hemi Charger. That is not a real Hemi car, but it's got a Hemi. But it's all covered up. No, it is not for the GMC truck, and don't bother asking because we're not going to get to that anytime soon. The Dart will always stay 273 powered. I don't want to just ruin that. I like 273s. By the way, Dad's Charger, which he is uncovering. Ooh. So, you know, that. What other cars do we have? I mean, it's like, I don't know. Do we have another car we're missing or something? Huh. Oh, maybe the one behind me. Yeah, my 70 340 Duster, a real 340 Duster. Got from a viewer, friend in California. Wow, she'd been venting some gas. Very solid, mini tubbed, inboard springs, factory rally dash, column shift bench seat car. Freaking weird. I still need to put a carpet in this car. But yeah, so I've bought a lot of 340s in the past couple of years, and typically I just sell them because 340s are worth stupid money. And in my book, that 360 is just as good as the 340. But anyways, so I ended up getting that one super cheap. We did the electrolysis on it, and that turned into, heck it, let's build one. So we sold Brian the 360 that came out of the Duster, and yeah, you know, let's build a 340 for the 340 Duster. So that's what it's for. If you guys don't know anything about my Duster, there's a whole video series on that. Chris Birdsong, Junk Her Up, Mr. Internet celebrity that he is now, delivered that car to me on the back of his trailer with his General Lee. I think sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you got to have all the raw footage to edit out. Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
And of course, a big thank you to my friend Chris, who brought me the car. He went and picked it up when it was in California. He stored it at his place for quite a while, and then he brought it to me. Thank you, Chris. You're a damn good friend. And if anybody who watches my channel doesn't know who Chris Birdsong is, his channel is Junk Her Up. I will throw him a link, so there'll be 3. That was pretty fun. That whole video series on this car, fixing it up, getting it running, because it didn't run when we got it. So yeah. All right, let's go get that 340 put away, and I'm gonna start working on the next video for the Barracuda. See if the cam survived. All right, well, between Dad and I, we may handle that 340, which those things are pretty light. Got the Barracuda running, you'll see that. Here's our 340 on Daniel's engine stand that is basically ours now. But look at that deck job, look at that, that's sexy. You can just barely see the witness mark there where Mark had to sleeve that hole. Look at that. And we had Bob at the machine shop, pretty sure he did this. He's an old Chrysler man. That's one reason why I really like using Mark's shop, is there's a legit Chrysler guy there, Mopar guy. And he's been around small blocks, big blocks. He knows everything there is to know. One of them types of dudes, and someone you can trust. I was like, Bob, I could do this, but I'd rather you do this. So he did the bypass here, and he put it down as low as possible because he didn't know what intake we were running, which I really like. We have full groove cam bearings. Mark said they're the race type, real high quality. If Mark says it's top of the line, it's top of the line. So he did us really good on this. Look at that crosshatch. I dream of being able to do that kind of stuff, and there's all of our parts. We're not gonna start on this thing immediately for the Duster because we need to finish the Barracuda still, get it ready. But this is our winter engine project. W2 heads unported, keep that in mind. Solid roller camshaft from my good friend Rodney Bird. It's about 573 lift, 255 at 50 on a 110. And I think Mark said we're installing this at like a 106 or 104. Crankshaft, rods, pistons. Like I said, there's our rods we bought. They're all numbered. Everything's been balanced real nice. Scat I-beams is what we got. All right, and these are our old TRW pistons we bought that were brand new from Just Mopar Joe. We had to mill the pistons down to get the compression ratio we want. So there's that. And Mark said we have miles and miles of clearance. And the whole idea, you know, this engine's going to be just like Jezebel, and this is floating pin, by the way, is that it doesn't really need to be 11 or 12 to 1, especially with iron heads. You got to remember, W2s are iron. We're building an engine that's going to be a driver. And yeah, I know we have a solid roller cam, we have Jessel or T&D rockers and all this crazy stuff, but this is going to be a good street engine. That's all it needs to be. 450 horsepower. That was my first goal. I'm be more than happy with that. Let me show you this though. So Mark said these pistons were all out of whack. This is where it pays to balance your stuff. You see how much material's been moved off that one versus that one? He said even the pins were out of balance. So he had to balance the pins, make sure everything was kosher and cool. You have pistons number 1 and 2, have specific, I can't read your writing, Mark. He told me all of that. So everything is numbered and stays with itself. So these are our pistons. Like I said, I can't remember what we agreed on for compression ratio. Probably about 10 to 1, maybe 10.5. That's really all you'll ever need. We have a Milotin road race pan in the house and a whole oil pickup windage tray kit just for this engine. We have the W2 headers hanging up over there from TTI. Thank you, TTI. I wish you would send some lotion when you do that to me. Well, that's going to be our 340. What says you, Dad?
Well, it'll be a radical little some gun.
She ought to be.
What's this brass here?
Oh, that's probably from the hot tank. That's where I was deburring the block. That's me. Yeah, I deburred all the inside of the block before we sent it to Mark. Opened up the oil drain back holes. Deburred everything. And there was some casting flash I eliminated. I didn't like it like that. I didn't want it back there. So when we paint the engine, you know, it'll look nice.
So that's just rust, that ain't.
Yeah, no.
Metal, you know?
Yeah. So I think this will be pretty fun to put together. And we are not building this engine. This is simply assembly. I paid Mark specifically, you put the engine together, take it right back apart because we're going to assemble it on camera for all of you guys, and then it'll go out to Mark's and be dynoed. And we're going to see what it does. We're building the best variant of a 340 as if Chrysler did it, but we're using solid roller cam because hydraulic flat tappets are kind of scary right now. So that's going to be the 340. So as always, guys, thank you for checking out the Duster's new engine. And when we get around to building it, we'll get around to building it. Don't expect that super soon because we still got other things to do. So as always, guys, thank you for checking. Oh, before we actually end this video, I need to show you this. I totally forgot. I wanted to complete this mock-up for you. Check that out. If we go with the tunnel ram, that's what we're left with. Yes, the valve cover sticks up a little bit, but that is actually where the gasket goes. You have the proper gaskets for these. These are the little knurl knobs I made for this. Did that whole video on those. The overpriced TTI headers that I swear to God better freaking work. Or I'm going to shove those right up the dude at TTI's butt. Swears those will fit a comb shift A body with power steering and with a road race pan. There's those T&D or Jessel stands. That's all set up. Just gonna put the rockers on them. Of course, everything's got, you know, clean and all that stuff. But just wanted to show you this potential package setup for the engine. Or it'll get that strip dominator over on the shelf. That guy right there. All you can see is the water spigot. It's not the Indy tunnel ram. But what says you about that, Dad?
Looks like a little bitty engine.
It is an itty bitty engine. It's the way I described Dad. These W2 wide valve covers, it's like a chick who's got a really small body, but huge freaking shoulders. And a really tall neck. Really thick neck too, actually. Not a very pretty lady, but a very muscular and very useful lady. If you're one of those scrawny dudes and you need a chick to go chop wood for you, that's your woman right there. Alright, well, that's going to be it. We're going to close it out for you. So, as always, guys, thank you for checking it out. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. As always, take care and
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.